Okay, here we are with opening more packs from the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan. Let's get right on with it. Not getting too many, I've only had one card out of the first 10, out of the first now 11, that's beyond rare. Enemy minions lose stealth. Great if you're playing stealth. I mean, sometimes it's a pain in the butt, but I haven't seen enough of that I would want to play this card personally. Next secret you play, we've talked about that one already. A 0-7 taunt. Well, this is interesting because it's similar to the 0-4 taunt for 1 that's already available. And while you're playing one more mana, it's kind of worth waiting for to get that upgrade, because this is sort of like a 3 taunt and a 4 taunt, but all in one card. Granted, the right spell could obliterate him alone, but it's nice to save your other cards, not have 2 cards just for that taunt purpose. I'm speaking as a taunt player. Now this is for warrior. This would be pretty interesting as a priest card who could then double his health or match his attack to his health or something like that. So this is great for the warrior who needs a chance to build something else up. So I don't know, I may be interested to play him. We'll have to see. We've talked about this again. That looks like an amazing card. When a friendly minion dies, return it to your hand. This I like playing, and I love that it's just 1 mana. I like playing this sort of card if you can control which minion is going to die next, or if you have a lot of good minions out there. So in the right situation, this could be really powerful. Okay, a couple of rares. Let's see, taunt. Okay, I love this because it's a taunt, so that's the way I like to play, but it brings that Jade Golem. So even though this is a 3/6, as soon as this is your second Jade Golem, that's a 2/2. All of a sudden, between the two of them, they total like a 5/8 for 6, which already is going to be good. By the time the Jade Golem that you're playing is a 4/4 or a 5/5 or something like that, as you keep playing them, this could be a really powerful card. Okay, well, not something I would probably play, but somebody who plays a lot of ice and can kill a frozen enemy, that could be good. Oh, we've talked about him before. And we've seen that before. So, we'll move on more as we're starting to see some cards from my previous videos. If you haven't seen it, that's what I'm referring to. Okay, talked about her before. Talked about him just a moment ago. We've seen him. We may have seen him. If you got a lot of minions in Paladin, that could be really useful. Obviously, it's not going to impact the recruits that you can pull out with his special power. So this you got to have a lot of them in your hand. And we've seen that one. So. Seen that. Oh, we're gonna start getting some dust or glitter or whatever it's called. Seen that. Well, I love this. This is a really powerful card that they've talked about already. For this 1 mana, you can shuffle, choose one, summon a Jade Golem, or shuffle 3 copies of this card into your deck. So you shuffle these right back in, and then you start getting them more and more often, and you can keep shuffling a bunch of them back in and playing the Jade Golem. This can end up, because every Jade Golem you play is more powerful, this can end up being really, this could be a really overpowered card. We'll have to see. You know you're going to start seeing that card a lot. I think we're going to, so it'll be interesting to see how it actually works for people. Alright, finally got something beyond on a rare again. Seen that. Seen that. Saw this one.
Rare.
This looks like it could be really good, actually. I won't comment on that. Just for a demon player, it's going to be pretty good. But sometimes, you know, early in the game, I'm going to comment on it now. Early in the game, if you're able to play this, it allows you to take, you know, say your 1/3 taunt or your 4/3 demon and turn her into like a 7/6 very early on, giving you a nice advantage at that point. So what I like about this sort of thing when you're able to enhance somebody is that it's like having charge on that 3/3. It's kind of like getting a 3/3 with charge because you can play the action right away on whoever you just, you know, gave that increase to.
Epic!
Another epic. So let's check this out. Draw 2 cards. Everybody loves draw cards. What I like to point out is that this is already a card. If you had picked a different card, you wouldn't need to draw one of these 2 cards. So the other one is now costing you 5 mana to get, and it's coming out of your deck. It's not like a discover, so it's draining you faster too. So I'm not a huge fan of this unless you get at least 1 minion, in which case, since it's going to cost less, this effectively becomes 3 mana that you spent. And if you get 2 minions, then this becomes effectively 1 mana to get you that extra card. But I would just personally be playing a minion, choosing a minion card to put in my deck instead of this, and not have to wonder what I'm going to get. But I know people love playing the fast game by drawing cards, so that's, I guess, why it's an epic. Going a little bit beyond now because we're going through these decks faster, not just sticking with 5. Seen that. Seen that. Seen that. 1 health to your hero. This could be useful. Especially, again, when you play that with the priest, where every time somebody's healed, one of your minions will do something for you. That could be powerful. This, I think, has to be blended with something else to be a really good card, but I think there are ways you can really take advantage of that.
Rare.
And we just saw it. We've seen that. We've seen that. See him just
Golden rare.
golden rare. All right, deal 2 damage to all minions. So great if you're not able to get your minions out there, right? So this could be a nice sort of emergency card to have. Mage has got so many powerful spells that you may not need this, but it could be useful.
Rare.
And we've seen that before. Keep going. See if we can get 10 packs in about 4/3 taunt. We've seen that. We've seen that.
Rare.
Restore 6 health. So at 4 mana and a 3/6, but it's really an overload. So effectively, let's call this 5 mana for a 3/6. That's a little bit weak, except for that it restores 6 health, and I'm assuming that can be on a minion as well. So that could be actually, you know, as a 4/3/6, that would be pretty standard. So for that extra overload of 1, you're getting 6 health. So I think mathematically, I think this makes some sense. It just depends on, you know, how you're able to use it. This one I really like because people love getting an empty mana crystal, and that's worth at least 1, if not 2 early on. I can't remember what that would normally cost, but you're getting a Jade Golem on top of that, and if you're playing a heavy Jade Golem deck, I think that this could be really powerful.
Rare.
Yeah, we've seen that before. We'll do 2 more decks. Ready? Random minion in your hand, +2/+2. I think, I can't remember if we've seen that or not, but again, this is going to depend on if you've got minions in your hands for it. Well, depending on stuff, but yeah, sometimes you've got to. Same sort of thing, you got to have a beast in your hand to make this one work, but at least this, you play this when you want to. This, he might not die when you want him to, and that's kind of the difference why I like this one better. I wouldn't necessarily play it. This is not dependent on beasts though, so it depends on how heavy beasts you're playing. So him. Same thing.
Rare.
Alright, so a 5/4/5 taunt is not that great. Costs 2 less if your opponent has at least 3 minions. So in that sense, you could get him for 3. Again, this is going to depend, but that's a good time to be able to get that benefit, is when they're kind of starting to load up. So that could be a good card if you like to play taunts. Last deck for this video. This is reasonable. Alright, but that might take a moment to talk about or see. Silence a minion. So I like this. Your 5/5/5. 5 mana for a 5/5 is, again, decent. It's normal. But to be able to silence a minion too, I like that, because I think it's 4 mana for a 4/3 that already silences a minion. So this at 5 for a 5/5, I like this better. So that's great. I don't love that. Summons a Jade Golem. I think that's a really good card, because you got stealth with your 1/1. So he's not necessarily going to be killed right away, and no matter what happens, you're getting that Jade Golem. This looks like a powerful card to me if you've got a Jade Golem deck.
Rare.
Plays a minion. Give a random minion +2/+2. Oh, you got to have him in your hand. Again, just depends on something. So that could be a wasted card if you don't have the minions, or you could be holding a minion back to get this. And that could end up hurting you, so I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one, just initially.
Golden Epic!
Golden Epic, gotta love that. Deal 3 damage to all damaged minions. Well, alright, a new... It's not a Murloc, though. Picture's a Murloc, but it doesn't say Murloc on it. It's just a spell. So, Warrior already has something that will kill a damaged minion. I don't know, this is interesting, because a lot of the warrior stuff would get wiped out with that. I'll have to see. That's an interesting card. I think that's another one where if you know how to combo that could be good, or you know how to combine it with something. I'm just not sure how I'd use it offhand. So that's it for this video. Come back with another one shortly. Thank you.